Hey you guys, welcome to the ThaJayZone. Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but here we are again. Today we're going to talk about the 1990 film, The Long Walk Home. Audrey, what are you doing? Well, I guess my cat, Audrey, is going to join us. Now, this film is from 1990, starring Sissy Spacek and Whoopi Goldberg, also starring Ving Rhames, Erica Alexander, Jason Weaver, and narrated by Mary Steenburgen. And this was directed by Richard Pierce. This was released on December 21st, 1990 by Miramax. And this is actually based on a short film, a USC film student film in 1988 by the same name. Okay. Now this film deals with the boys' boycott in Alabama from 1955 to 1956. And I really enjoy this movie. I watched it a few weeks ago. It's kind of like a Martin Luther King Day tradition that I watch every year. Now, I first saw this film probably in 6th or 7th grade. We watched it in school. And of course, if you know me, I love Whoopi Goldberg. She's one of my favorite actresses, next to Pam Grier and Jamie Lee Curtis. So I really enjoy this film. So again, if you've seen this film, let me know what you thought of it. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you not like it? And did you see it when it originally came out? Now, I was doing some research, and it looks like this came out in like a limited release in December of 1990. Then they withdrew it because they didn't want it to compete or overwhelm the awards season, so that it was re-released in like the spring of 1991. The one thing about this movie, I know that year Whoopi Goldberg starred in Ghost, which she eventually won Best Supporting Actress for that role. But it always kind of disappointed me that this film didn't get recognition, because I think she could have really gotten something for this film, because she did a really good job. But Whoopi Goldberg plays a maid named Odessa Carter, and she works for Sissy Spacek's family. What was her name? I'm sorry. She works at Sissy Spacek's family. They have the wife, her husband. She has a young daughter, which is the character Mary Steenburgen narrates as the young daughter. Thompson, last name is Thompson. She works for the Thompson family, and this film begins in December of 1955. And soon after, Rosa Parks is arrested for refusing to give up her seat. And so that's what sparks the boy boycott. So Sissy Spacek's character is very sympathetic and very aware of what's going on, and she wants to get involved. Her husband and brother-in-law and his family are pretty much like dead set against it. They're pretty much racist or bigots, So eventually, with the boy boycott, Odessa has to walk to work every day. Is it 12 miles? I forget exactly how many miles, but it's a lot of miles because the movie is called The Long Walk Home. This isn't a true story, but it's based around true events. And so eventually, Sissy Spacek character gets involved, and she begins to drive Odessa twice a week. And then her husband finds out about it, and he hits the roof and forbids her to drive. But Sissy Spacek character, like I said, she's very forgiving and very caring. So soon she volunteers and she begins to drive not only Odessa but other maids doing this boys' boycott. But like I said, this is one of those movies that I cry every time. The ending scene is very traumatic, where she's at the bus boycott lot and she's confronted by her brother-in-law and husband, and she pretty much has to take a stand. She stands with the maids and with them. So it's very dramatic. I have my DVD here. I also had this on VHS once. This is a DVD I got probably back in like 2003 from Manifest, if you know Manifest. So take a look at that. Here you go. And one thing I like about the original VHS, they had this public service announcement, PSA, on it. That I guess it was out in like the early 90s that they put on it. I gotta go find it. Which is a woman who is a bus driver. It was a cocaine PSA. And a bus driver, and the line was 1 out of every 5 people who try cocaine will get hooked. But that's not your problem. Or is it? And then we see that she's a school bus driver, and that's where is it? That's not your problem, or is it? So I really love that. PSA. So I guess this is just a little quickie. If you had anything to add about this movie, again, when I do these movie reviews, especially older movies, I'd love to know if you actually saw this movie in the theaters when it was released. Please, I'd love to hear about that. And again, Sissy Spacek, she was in Carrie, which between that movie and this movie was only like 14 years apart, I think. And in that movie, she's like a teenager, so it's such a drastic difference. And of course, my favorite actress would be Goldberg. I'm not saying she did not deserve the Oscar, but I just wish this movie would have gotten a little more buzz. It seemed kind of like more of an independent, kind of like a low down movie. But Ving Rhames, who had hair at the time, was in this movie. He played Odessa's husband. And we have the wonderful Erica Alexander, if you remember her. This is one of her first roles, I believe. She played Cousin Pam on The Cosby Show for the last 2 seasons. And of course, if you watch Living Single, you know her as Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. And she's been in a couple other things recently, like Jordan Peele's Get Out. And she's in this new movie, American Fiction, which I haven't seen yet. Have you seen that? Should I check it out? I think I'm going to check it out. And Mary Steenburgen. I know she was also in The Help, I think, and Sissy Spacek was also in that. And I'm sure I've seen her in some other things, like The Book Club and Book Club 2. I know she's in that. So, yeah, let me know what you think of The Long Walk Home from 1990, directed by Richard Pierce, starring Sissy Spacek and Whoopi Goldberg. Again, my name is Jay. This is the ThaJayZone. If you're new here and you like it, consider liking and subscribing, trying to get this channel growing. I relaunched this channel back in July, which I originally started back in 2014. So I recently did a kidney transplant story, which I'm very proud of. Check that out if you like. And still coming soon is meeting Michael Jackson, the time I met Michael Jackson's story. It's my autographed picture of Michael Jackson. I met him at Neverland in 1990. So stay tuned for that. Check out some of my other videos if you enjoy this one. Alright. Any questions or comments, you can leave them below. Like this video if you like it. You can follow me on Instagram at ThaJayZone, ThaJayZone 87 on Instagram. And so until next time, take care. Bye-bye.